Uh-oh, is that the polyrhythmic alarm? Do you guys know what that means? It means I felt like playing polyrhythms. And if you have no idea what that means, don't worry about it. Your brain will be happier not trying to know what a polyrhythm is. And my brain will be happier if I build Chevris. Because clearly in the early game of an account, the best thing to do is spread your resources thin across too many different characters. And I did see someone that had left a comment saying if we're going to be using Kaya mostly as an off-field DPS, then it would just be better if we go in and swap this weapon for the Harbinger of Dawn. And I gotta say, I completely agree, except there's one issue. To enhance this sword, we need these, which is at a domain that is not open today anyway, so just ignore that. But because it is a Mondstadt weapon, it is in the Mondstadt weapon domain, and we cannot open that unless we have Animo. Now, unlike Geo only, this account does have the opportunity to get Animo characters, but it's kind of gonna be RNG until this happens. And in case you forgot, we can't claim her until we finish another Archon quest, but we can't do another Archon quest because we need Animo to complete the next Archon quest, so it's kind of like a yikes. But you know what is not a yikes? Easy to collect Ascension materials. Like, I just got 6 of these. You know how long it would take me to get 6 Violet Grass? I think I did touch on it in the last video, but this would be like our best Chevris team that we can do. The issue is we don't really have off-field stuff. Xinyan only really does off-field pyro application if you put up her shield next to, I think, 2 or 3 enemies based on constellations and the passive talents and all that. Lisa does have off-field electro. However, she has big energy problems, especially when the rest of the team is all pyro characters. Gaming is obviously a very on-field oriented character, and the same pretty much goes for Chevris. So if we got, say, a Fischl, then this team would be going crazy. Though let's be honest, if we had a Fischl, there are so many different teams that we could make. And here's the funny thing. Fischl, such a good character. I've never really used her on any account. I believe she's level 60 on my main account, and obviously I can't use her on any of the other challenge accounts. So hopefully we do get her because I'm looking forward to using her on some teams. I'm also hoping that we get a Beto kind of soon because that's another character that I really just don't use anywhere, but I do want to use. I've also just realized that I just kind of zoned out while collecting these because we really don't need that many right now. At most, we needed 13 and I got triple that. So we'll go ahead and ascend Chevris. Of course, Mora and XP are kind of in short supply. Luckily for us, the domain for Chevris does recommend Pyro and Electro. However, Chevris is only level 22, and does she have artifacts? No. Oh, also, she doesn't have a weapon. I mean, I could make her increase her defense. That sounds pretty tempting. Or Black Tassel. I mean, HP, I think, scales with her heal. Although I better check on that or else the comments are going to destroy me. Yeah, amount healed is based on max HP. Not saying this is a great weapon for her, but it is a weapon. And since we are using a Gaming, it wouldn't be bad to have some heals. Welcome to Cope the build. Honestly, even calling that Cope is probably giving it too much credit. You see, the issue right now is just the lack of each element on the field when someone else is on the field. Because Lisa's only going to get her burst every like 4 to 6 business days. So I would just sit on the field with her, but then there's no pyro application. And then you would think, well, that means this team is not good, so you should not build it. But here I am building it anyways. Also, let me just check. Okay, so Chevris does have her passive talent, which is pretty important. I just figured that since we were practically healing the enemy when we hit them, maybe we didn't have it yet. But no, unfortunately, we do have it. Our damage just sucks. Oh, right. Overloaded knocks them away from me, which means I can't keep them inside of Lisa's burst. Right. No, this is very smart. 3 runs of that domain later, we should have everything that we need to bring her skill and burst to level 2. I don't foresee us using her normal attack really at all. So that means I have to somehow take down the seahorse. I actually don't think that should be too bad. If Amber was built, this actually wouldn't be a bad place to use her. But I think we're just going to go with the team that we've been using. Yeah, this fight is really not that bad. We were not able to kill it before we had to go through the whole, putting up the shield and flying to the sky thing. And because we only got 1 drop, we get to do it again. So there is takedown number 2. That time we do get 2 drops. Although, right, I already somehow forgot that she wasn't max level. The best part is we are AR 28, probably going to be 30 very soon because early game you level up a ton. And once we hit 30, we get to then go back and start leveling up everyone again. So in case I didn't make it clear enough already, this is not a smart idea. Like, building Chevreuse eventually is completely fine, but trying to build her right now when I don't even really have a good team for her is not smart, which is exactly why I'm doing it. Because if it was a smart decision, I never would have thought of it. So with all of our resin that was remaining spent on ley lines, we cannot get Chevreuse up to level 40. Okay, wait a second. Yes, I did just accidentally go in and open up this event menu again, but she uses the same exact things as Chevreuse. You know, maybe it's a good thing that I don't have her right now. Wait a second. I just came back to the Spiral Abyss because I couldn't remember if you got any XP from the rewards. I didn't realize we never claimed the rewards from last time. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter because those are permanent anyways, but it's kind of crazy that they made it where the book has an exclamation point to remind you to claim your daily commissions, but you could easily do the Spiral Abyss and then just forget to claim everything. Okay, I know how we can get some XP. And in case you're wondering, obviously, no, I didn't finish the camera event that we started last time. I don't need to include any of this, but I'm going to go through it, take as many pictures as I can in the regions that I can, and then hopefully we'll have enough XP books to get Chevreuse up to level 40. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to show any of it, but this was just too good to not include. Okay, I threw out the Baron Bunny. Cool, right? Whatever. The best picture I've ever taken in this game is this one right here. I don't think it'll ever be better than that. But come on, you gotta admit that this one's cool, right? But not as cool as that. Oh, wait a minute. This looks like something out of a trailer. Speaking of pictures that look like something out of a trailer, if it weren't for this one glowing blob, this would actually be a pretty good one. And yes, I know I said I wasn't going to show much of this event. Deal with it. I've got to say, I thought we were going to get higher than level 33. By spending all of the resin that we currently have on ley lines only, we are now able to get Chevreuse up to level 40. Though now we have to go ahead and farm some mechs. So we do now have enough of the meshing gears. However, we don't have enough of these. Since I spent all my resin on ley lines, I can't go farm a boss. And funnily enough, that is the only sliver that is sold out. We also don't have any of the stardust to trade in for dust, which is a confusing sentence. Not that I would do that even if I did have it because it's kind of valuable. So unless this shop sells it, we're gonna have to wait until we have resin again. Oh, she actually does. So finally, we can ascend Chevreuse again. Although look who's running into the same issue of not being able to level up. You know, a good way to get XP books is Archon Quest. Why can't I do this? Oh, Xingqiu's story quest. So where's my focus quest button? Can I have that? Then as we do these quests, I want to make sure we're opening every chest possible, not just for the XP, but because I would like to get some white tassels. We are having another certified Knight moment. Because during this Archon quest, there's a lot of times where they make you come up here, and the best waypoint is this, and then you glide over, but we don't have that yet. If I had a Knight, I could just swoop myself over there. During this part where you have to run away from the guards, I don't know why I've never thought to just drop down and walk around because there are none. How would they not recognize the two of us? Like, it's broad daylight, they see Blonde Traveler and Paimon. And yet after this, we get to just walk around the city for free as if they don't know who we are. I think all those guards need to get their eyes checked. I have claimed this Mora chest on so many accounts now that I thought that I already did it on here. But nope, we get our 200,000 free Mora. Maybe this account got so many Pyro characters because in all the previous challenge accounts, we needed Pyro to do the Pyro pot thing during this Archon quest. And it was always a huge issue. Ooh, wait, isn't there a hidden achievement over here? As long as we kill these things. Wait, one more. Kill that one. Okay. I was about to say I just murdered the wildlife for no reason. Now I could skip this whole puzzle. However, over there is a puzzle that gives us multiple chests, which probably means a lot of XP, or even just some XP. And right now, we are in desperate need of that. With the Pyro characters that we have, this is actually kind of annoying. I really wish that I brought Amber in here, because I can do this, and then I need to light another one, so we have to hope that Gaming doesn't just do too much. Okay, we're good. And then this. All right, nice. Not gonna lie, I did already fail one time because Chevreuse just hit too many of them. Oh, and Gaming just did it as well. I kind of just have to wait for Xinyan's skill to come back up, because Gaming and Chevris are not great at this. Also, fun fact, we don't actually get any XP books out of those, but we did get a fillet blade. Now, I don't really expect to ever use that, but at least it's something new. I've never really thought about it, and maybe there's a lore reason that I just haven't discovered yet myself. But this is Wangshu Inn. It's an inn, and I have yet to find a single room there that people could actually stay at. It has an elevator, a restaurant, and that's about it. Act 1 completed. Oh, who's this guy? Is this like a new upcoming character? Because I don't remember any banners with him on it anytime recently. We've made it. This is the part that we usually get completely stuck on during the challenge accounts. This is gonna be so satisfying. For once, we don't have to sit here for weeks, because this account has loved getting pyro characters. Oh, double Paimon, because one Paimon voice just wasn't enough. One thing I will say is doing this Archon quest again, I've realized that, at least in my opinion, the more recent Archon quests definitely have gotten better. And I'm referring to like Fontaine and Natlin, because this is just a very long fetching quest. Okay, look at how much more XP we need. I think I know exactly how to get it. Not from this one though. But if we come over to a second one, then we should definitely be able to level up. So here is level 30. Oh, and we've already completed quite a bit of the next chapter. Since the world did level up though, and now we need to fight bosses again, they're gonna be even harder to take down, which is a pain against enemies like this one, because we kind of just have to spam normal attacks with Barbara quite a bit. And I don't remember the chances of whether we get 1 drop still from this boss. I'm hoping that we could just get at least 2. Although, I mean, I guess it is considered a boss fight. If it was over in 6 seconds, I wouldn't really consider that a boss fight. There's the first takedown. Come on, 2. Good. Hopefully that means just 1 more time. And since we have to teleport away anyways, let's go collect some more of the seashells. And we just have to take this guy down another time. And hopefully that's 2 drops, which it is. And a crit damage circlet. Although once again, these are proving to be a bit of a problem. I suppose we got to go fight Pyro Regifine. 1, because we have 2 characters that need it. And 2, because we need those fragments. Okay. Pyro Regifine is down. Of course, because I'm trying to build a Pyro character, every boss that we're fighting are Pyro-based bosses, which means it always takes quite a while for us to take them down. But now we can get our first character ascended for the 3rd time. And I do want to level him up, but we can only go up 6 levels anyways. So I'm thinking I might instead put those into Chevris. And because we ascended him, we get ourselves a Crimson Witch of Flames feather. No crit, sadly, but I imagine that's probably better than what... Well, I mean, this set is pretty good on him. I actually don't know if it would be worth taking him off of this, but I'm going to do that, and then all of you can yell at me in the comments if it's not smart. So now we are on 2-piece Crimson Witch of Flames and 2-piece Berserker. Last time, we went in the Spiral Abyss and we cleared the first floor. So I know people don't expect it to even be possible to clear floor 2. It's known as one of the most difficult floors in all of the Spiral Abyss, but we're gonna try and do it. I mean, look, we do next to no damage to them. I only do about half of their health to all of their health with each hit, but even with that, I was able to get 3 stars on the first chamber, and then chamber 2 just, barely got 3 stars. All right, everyone's got to go down in the comments and you got to write Jabba, so great gamer, so good. Maybe word it a little better than that. But floor 2 is completed. Now, one thing that I am considering doing is abandoning the crit build on him. I mean, I call it a crit build, but it definitely is not. And instead going with 2-piece Crimson Witch and 2-piece Instructor for the Elemental Mastery. But once again, feel free to yell at me if that's a stupid idea. This is just kind of for the time being anyways, until we can actually start farming artifacts around level, I think 40? 40 or 45, I can't remember. Then this might be another one of my fantastically stupid ideas. But the next character that I actually want to ascend is, I think, Lisa, and even Kaya I wouldn't mind ascending again. Or at least this boss is easier for us to take down. One reason why I'm not just going through doing as much of the Abyss as I can is because if we complete 1 more floor, then we get Jianling, and if we do the one after that, we get Kole. Now, of course, I would like to get those characters on the account, but I don't want to get just tons and tons of characters at once, especially because, Jianling, she's kind of broken. She's probably going to be on the team quite a lot. There is almost a part of me that wants to make it where we have some of the characters like Lynette that we can't claim until we complete an Archon quest, and then we have the other ones that are in the Spiral Abyss that we made it where we can claim them as soon as we normally could. And I'm not saying that we're doing this, but I was just considering or toying with the idea of that what if we made it so that whenever we could unlock one of them, so like when we beat a certain floor of the Spiral Abyss, just like it is here, or doing the Archon Quest stuff, we're able to choose any of those 4 stars. I don't know how to explain this without it being really confusing, but essentially right now, in order to get Xianling, all we have to do is the Spiral Abyss. But for example, what if we did the Spiral Abyss, did not claim Xianling, but then could claim a different 4-star from one of those other methods? I'm hoping that makes any sort of sense because genuinely, I cannot think of a good way to explain it. Again, not saying we're gonna do that. It was just something that I was toying with. And yes, partially that is because I want to get Lynette. If we do want to ascend Lisa again, we need to go out and farm some poor slimes. All right, game, listen, give me hydro or cryo slimes. I want to see the damage we can hit now that we've been building for EM oncoming. Cryo slime, plunging attack. Not a crit, almost 4,000. We do the same thing again. Not a crit. Okay, the chance of a crit is 7.5%. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that. However, watch this crit. Ah, would have been so good. What? What is this? Who are you? What are you doing here? Why do I feel like she's wearing more mascara and eyeliner than every other NPC? Ooh, crit of 7,200. And calming is Farina? This whole episode is just gonna be full of things that, for a normal account, you would consider not the smartest. Like picking Lisa as your second character to really invest the most into. But for some reason, that's what I'm doing. I mean, hey, if we get a Dendro character, then Hyper Bloom, you know, you need the high-leveled Electro characters. And I think Overloaded kind of works the same way where it is based on character level as well. Ooh, at some point, we did get another copy of the Twin Nephrite. Really not the best weapon for her. And I was going to swap over to this because Elemental Mastery, but out of all of these reactions, Overloaded is not in there. So I'll just stick with this one for now. And then we can run around really fast when we kill something. I don't know why I'm having so much fun using Lisa right now. The game even started making it rain so that I could keep using her without even having to swap characters. And here comes the big damage. Okay, never mind. Also, because I did see some people asking, in terms of this shop, I don't know if we're ever going to have enough to actually buy the characters. But I think what we'll do is if we already own the character, we'll be allowed to get constellations for them, but I don't want to get new characters that way. I want to leave new characters to the RNG of the banners. Oh, that's right. We get the feather too. I mean, ER is good for Lisa. Obviously, I am always a sucker for crit. But now she has an electro damage bonus set, a 3-star energy recharge, attack percent. You don't even have electro damage. And then unleveled crit damage. Very good. You know, I guess I might as well put this on her so that we're affected by pyro for less time and on an overloaded team. Maybe that's good. I mean, good is a very strong word there. And with our 13% chance to crit, we're going to be critting all the time, of course. You know what? I'm going to go over and I'm going to do the Spiral Abyss. We are going to say hello to floor 3. I'm going to try to use our coping overloaded team. Maybe a more accurate name is Overcope, but then I'm not going to claim the character. And I'll let you guys either decide whether we just have to get the Xianling, although, I mean, I guess I would have to get her at that point because I'm doing floor 3. There was a part of me that kind of just wanted to wait before we get her. Was that, or we just pick one of the other 4 stars that we can get for free? And I will leave that up to you guys. Let me also just be clear, this was not the best team that I could have brought in here. I just felt like we built these characters, or worked on these characters the most today. And by today, I just mean over the course of the entire video. So I felt it was more fitting to try to bring them in here. Oh, we already lost on the 3-star. Okay, no, we're restarting. That is just embarrassing. Let's try that again, but this time we have a lot more elements at our disposal. At these lower floors, you can actually knock enemies out of the abyss, which I do find quite amusing. We're actually struggling to get this with 3 stars. This floor is built specifically for Animo characters, of which we have 0, but we keep losing out on that 3-star. I thought this was going to be really easy. It's okay. I just have to focus and play smart. 2 things I am not good at. Spawn faster. It's very close, and we just barely get the 3-star. This now should be easier because not all the enemies are immune to pyro, but there are still 17 of them, and bigger number of enemies is always worse. Okay, I retract my statement about it being easier. This is still getting very close. In fact, we are not getting 3 stars here. Look at that. Look, we failed it with that amount of HP at like 2 seconds too late. Let's give that one more try. Okay, that I was gonna say went worse, but it's literally the same. Okay, this one's gonna be way worse. I've gotten stunned so many times. So what we're gonna do is change the team and restart. Who would have thought that on floor 3 I'd have to resort to that tactic? Then we just save all of our bursts. We don't have to care about the timer, and we take our elemental mastery. And what we're gonna do is alternate between Kaya's burst and Barbara's skill, ideally, while simultaneously using Gaming's burst. And the hope is that we'll be able to keep proccing some sort of elemental reaction. Although already I've got to say it's not going as great as I planned. It's not happening. We always pretty much get to the same spot where there's one guy left. So I guess I take it back. We will not be clearing floor 3 today. But I guess when you look at the unleveled weapons and just the terrible artifacts, it kind of makes sense, though I really did think we'd be able to beat floor 3. Like, I thought it'd just be stupidly easy. And speaking of stupid, me. With that, though, I do think we're going to wrap this up here. Only a couple... Oh, I was going to say days. Only a couple more hours until the next banner. And of course, Geo Only is going to be pulling for Shilonen. But that also means a new 4-star for this account. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy. And as always, I will see you all next time.